Guys, Diplex here again. Welcome back to RobZ Realism Mod for Men of War Assault Squad 2. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's World War I tug of war on this very same map. To me, it was actually the best battle I've had in such a long time, so if you missed it, go back. I might pop a link in the top of the description box below as well, so be sure to check it out. Absolutely awesome World War I combat on this kind of crazy fort map. Lots of terrain differences here, lots of craters and holes and bumps and hills and whatnot, so it's great for getting infantry to get close and personal with each other. So not too much of that long-range action. We're gonna see a lot of brutal up-close action, and that is probably what made yesterday's battle so freaking awesome. In fact, I think it was this breach here that made it really cool. We had the French, Russians, and British try and storm up against the Ottomans, Germans, and Austro-Hungarians. It was just so phenomenally cool. So I decided to make a World War II version of this very same battle. The layout is exactly the same. I've only replaced the factions and soldiers. Everything is the same. So in Wave 1, heading down the center on the this side of the teams, or actually this time around I can make it kind of simple because this time I'll get it all right. On the Allied side of things, we have the Soviets coming down the center. On the Axis, we have, of course, the Germans. Now, 30 seconds after that, on the right side, I do believe, we have the Japanese on the Axis side versus the Americans on the Allied side. And finally, the third wave, 30 seconds after the second wave, we have the Italians on the Axis side going up against the British on the Allied side. Unless I've gotten it wrong and it's somehow the Japanese and Americans last and it's the British and Italians as the second wave. Anyhow, so that's a 90-second wave, right? So first a wave, right? 30-second pause, second wave, 30-second pause, third wave. So yeah, technically that's 60 seconds, but then there's a 30-second pause again until it restarts with wave 1. So yeah. If you watched the first battle, you would have known. So without further ado, let's go ahead and click that start button and enjoy today's action. I think we're going to have a blast, quite literally. So we're going to see way many more fully automatic weapons. Not way many more, but yeah, there's going to be semi-automatic rifles for the Germans, Russians, and Americans. We're going to have more submachine guns. In fact, we didn't have any submachine guns in the previous battle, considering the fact that it was World War I, kind of mid-early war, who knows. So we have Russian Marines coming down the center, heading for the very same breach the French fought for in the former video or the previous battle. And here on this side, we have German Panzer Grenadiers coming up. I gave them the sort of, oh, I'm not sure what that's called now. Again, I can't remember it, but it's this cool raincoat cover in camouflage. And the battle is on, to say the least. In fact, I was correct. The Italians and Brits are part of the second wave. We can see that the Italians are already down and in cover. They must have been frightened by all this fighting up here, and I understand them. Lots of loud noises and shit. So they are moving up for the center. On their opponent's side, we have the Brits, who are now taking cover behind one of the first walls here of this fort. And the third wave has been deployed as well. We have American Rangers moving up there in the distance, and opposing them, the Japanese Takasago rifles, to kind of match the skill of the Rangers, or at least the fighting capacity in some way. So I hope we get to see more action here in the center. The Germans have captured the high ground with about half of their manpower remaining. It doesn't look like the Russians lost, or the Soviets rather, lost all their manpower. They do have a few soldiers down here in cover, but probably just a couple. Their next wave has been deployed, and so has the Germans. Let's move over here to the Brits, and let's have a look at these guys. Look at that firing line. Open fire! That is sick. We have the Italians on the opposite side. The Bersaglieri, which are, I think, mountain troops. Bersaglieri. For, like, the Alps. No, is that the Alpinieri? I know the Alpinieri is for, the like, the Alp Corps. But what is the Bersaglieri, then? Bobbity boopy. I don't know. I guess I'll ask the comment section that can Google this on Wikipedia and act very clever. Of course, I don't doubt that it's knowledge that many of you possess, because you're World War II fans, just as myself, but still. Well, it doesn't look like the Germans have overwhelming control right now. In fact, they're crawling back. The Japanese have sent a few men up here to kind of take over. That's an American Ranger moving up together with a Soviet Marine. Oh, that carbine!
They're burning in there.
Oh, that bullet just like went through the back of his helmet, through his head, and then back of his helmet. Or it could have hit the shovel on his haversack as well. Grenades are being thrown. Finally, we're starting to see more of that stuff. Oh, lots of them. This is the kind of breach action I would like to see. Look at that. We have the Soviets, Brits, and Americans coming through now. Hoorah! Let's get that Bren gun spinning. Perhaps the Allies can actually capture the high ground this time around. Rockets. I mean, hand grenades going out. I'm sorry. Not rockets. That would be a little enthusiastic. And now it's turned into a bit of a stalemate. In fact, more of a no man's land here in the center. The Japanese are still controlling the middle here of the fort. We have more Germans moving up as well. Oh, you don't want to challenge that Type 99 LMG, or is that a Type 92 LMG? I can't pinpoint exactly which one it is, but still. There's a Type 100 too, I think. A lot of types. Oh. We have a steady wave of Allied troops coming in now as well down there. The Germans are starting to send more manpower up the center. Sorry about that. I just had a taco. I made my own barbacoa, carne asada, to my best ability, and it has fed me for like 2-3 days now, and I've just had tacos non-stop. You know, with some cilantro, just onions, some salsa verde, maybe some rice, just that stuff, you know, keep it simple. Anyway. Okay, we're starting to see some Italians up here now as well. I'm gonna do myself the favor of Googling the Italians. Bersaglieri. Italian Jaegers in a way, which is, it's not necessarily like mountain troops, but I wasn't too off with it, I suppose. Bersaglieri in the Alps. Yeah, they were used in the Alps, so, I mean, it makes sense. But I think they're Alpini or Italian Alpinieri. Alpini. Yeah, they're a specialized mountain warfare infantry corps of the Italian army. Alpini. Okay, well, yeah. Back to the action. There's still this amazing fight for the breach up here, and this is just the best. This is just amazing. In fact, this isn't part of the map. I made this breach myself. No joke, this is not part of the map. I made this. You can, don't believe me, download the map and see for yourself. There is not a breach of this sort. So, in a way, sorry for sounding like this, but in a way I've created the most thrilling part of this map, and that makes me a little happy. But still, the map itself, of course, the foundation of the map is still stunning and very good. Is that a grenade going off? The Allies are still sending lots of manpower through here. Honestly, the Axis are still winning here. And look, on the opposite side, the Bersaglieri is pushing back the Brits. How are the Japanese doing against the Rangers? They're still Yeah, they're gaining about as much ground as the opposite side there with the Italians. But it's not over yet, guys. I'm starting to think that it might not be down to the factions, but perhaps the terrain. So it would be interesting to do like a part 2 where we just swap the sides and see if the allies do as well. If not, then it's obviously down to the factions and weaponry. But I feel like they had such a good chance early on of like capturing. Like they're still, look, they're spending a lot of manpower. It's just like they're not in good enough positions to get some good fire in. Now the Germans are about to almost storm out. That was a huge explosion. This is crazy, guys. See, we got Russians moving all the way up here, but oh, nice shot there by the rifleman. He should have stayed there and he could have killed more. Yeah, if you move opposite this side of the wall, you're gonna get a storm of bullets on you, but hand grenades can fly pretty far from up here. More grenades going over. Holy shit, I thought this was a fly on my screen. It's a German helmet flying, or it's an American one, right? Yeah, that's a Ranger helmet. Flying. I thought it was this bug. I was about to go insane. I was like, holy shit, is that a huge bug? Technically, it is a bug in a way, because it's not meant to be up there. Alright. Not as good as the pun I made in my first World War I video a few days ago, where I said, let's not dig into that when we were talking about trenches. Let's not dig into that. That was funny. And someone pointed that out, so comment of the week, bro. Okay, how are the Americans doing here? They're fighting the Japanese in this kind of like moat in a way, which is more just like a passage, covered passage. German MG42 up there as well. Oh, not anymore. It just swallowed a hand grenade. Holy crap. Shot dead. In his back. We have more troops moving up. It looks like, look at this, the high ground is kind of starting to empty out a bit. I don't know what happened, but we have an American, oh, no longer, but yeah, and then there's another wave of Germans coming in, but for some reason they've got kind of quiet up here. I think perhaps the firefight between the Americans and Japanese here on this flank is like soaking up all the attention, so yeah, we've got a few more trying to get up, but it's hard, like you're so pinned. Like there are so many allied casualties here. That's a trade, an eye for an eye. But the allies need more than just trades now. They can't win this fight eye for eye. They have to kill more than they lose, because right now they've already lost more so far. Oh Jesus. STG-44, 2 of them in fact. That is a lot of pain down there. But they die just as fast as anyone else. Look at him engaging the Americans at this distance with his STG-44. That's some assault rifle action. Oh, look at all the weapons flying from hand grenade. That's crazy. MG42 up here by the wall. Bipods deployed. Oh, that's bad news. That's a high hand grenade. 2 MG42s now. Oh, working in conjunction. It's like D-Day. Look at them. How are the Italians doing? We haven't seen them in a while. In fact, I don't know, like, they've got more ground over the Brits, but still. Not sure how it's working out. Not sure how it's going to work out for him. I really want to see if it's down to the positioning, if the axes are in a stronger position. So I would love to swap the sides and upload a bonus video today, because it's Friday, I suppose. So upload a bonus video and have the sides swapped. Look at the Americans here, though. That is sick. Oh, there's a Japanese soldier down below. They can't really aim down far enough. There's too wide of a wall here. They might get a hand grenade down, though. That wouldn't hurt. But they can pick off the Japanese at range. And we have some Soviet Marines moving up here on the left side as well to assist the Americans. This is kind of a cool mix. You guys are going to be arguing like crap over the next 50 years, but keep doing what you're doing right now, guys. This is good stuff. This is awesome. Alright, so they seem to have a solid hold, at least, of the left side. How are the Brits doing here on the right? Oh, the Italians have just dominated. I don't know how. They've just dominated. They're up against British commandos. This is NO4 commandos. Legit, this is NO4 commando. And the Italians are just, they're running over them for some reason. I don't know how. Maybe it's positioning. Once again, I'm justifying the needs for a bonus video uploaded like maybe 3 hours after this one. I'll make it very clear that it's a bonus video of this battle so that people won't think I'm like just puking out videos. Although, I mean, I suppose not too many people would mind more content, so yeah. Now the Germans have really gained an upper hand here over the high ground, and I think that was the last of the reinforcements. It's looking kind of dry here in the center, so 15 minutes of constant reinforcements must have passed. Isn't this beautiful? This landscape against the blue heaven, or the blue sky, I suppose. He's having a hard time delivering a critical hit there. He hit one, but didn't bring him down. We have a few more Soviets and Americans here by the ruins on the right side, but they are not in a position to engage anymore, or not in a position to really attack. Like, how did the Allies win this? Sorry, hiccup. The Allies win this by digging down, letting the Axis attack them, and then having the Axis expose themselves unfavorably, I suppose, or unfavorably. Like, if they do, look, when they're up there on the high ground. Oh, but like, okay, so this is a good flank. This could be something. This could be a good flank. Look at this Russian Marine moving up. Oh, dude, you got an MG42. He just made it out of the range of that MG42. And the MG42 was then shot dead by a Ranger. We have some more Rangers moving up here, though. Look at this. The Allies might actually be able to capture the high ground. What is this guy doing? What a brave Marine. In fact, he's got a SVT-40, and that's always a positive thing. I'd rather see a man with an SVT-40 up here instead of a... Oh. Get that Italian. No? He's going to patch up instead. I think he was wounded, so... That's a good idea. We got 3 Rangers up here now. Do we have any... We got more Rangers down below. We have a few more Commandos moving up on this side. They're getting shot dead. I mean... Sometimes it's down to luck as well. You need some good old farmer's luck sometimes to kind of just like win, you know, like, I mean, chance, random, you call it whatever. It's sometimes you need it. We have 1 German soldier down here. We have probably about a dozen remaining Japanese soldiers moving up on that side. The Italians are looking pretty strong. Actually, they've lost some numbers. They're mixed up here with a few Germans. I'd say in terms of numbers, it's more even than you think, but the Allies are still at a disadvantage, so we can clarify that. This guy's just sitting here for now, so we're gonna stop focusing on him for a moment. Hand grenades being thrown. Oh, we got Americans down below. Oh, that grenade is gonna land nicely. Oh, it actually hit above. So I don't know how many Japanese troops we're looking at, but once again, they are being reduced. We have this submachine gunner here. We've got a few Soviets and another Ranger on the opposite side. So we have 4 allied soldiers here. 5 actually, in fact. Probably up against a similar strength Japanese force on the opposite side. We have more here in the middle. They're kind of fighting the Italians now, who are branched around. They've defeated the British entirely. They've defeated the British entirely. Ah, no, there's one. There's one alive here. An officer, it looks like. Or at least an SMG gunner. An American NCO, a sergeant, engaging some German troops up on the high ground with his Thompson submachine gun at a unfavorable range for his weaponry, at least when he's up against... Well, he seems to be up against mainly machine pistols, the MP40, so... not too bad of a trade. Actually, never mind. There's a lot of rifles. If I were him, I'd get the hell out and quickly. Now, there's another British soldier here, so it's not complete. Actually, in fact, I'm spotting a whole group of them here in the distance. That's a Soviet Marine. Never mind. We can get him in with the boys, or with the lads, rather. Anyway. Once again, it's like slowing down, but it's not over. This could easily turn. All they need is a bad strategy, and the Allies will win. Look at that! You stand up, you get cut down. This guy's laying the punishment down. You stand up, you get cut down. That's how it works. So, if they stand up, they could probably shoot him. If he could shoot them, they should be able to shoot him. But he's gonna be quicker on the trigger because he's already aiming at them. He knows they're there, so. There goes another one. And look, they're moving up. The Japanese are forced to retreat. There's 2 Japanese troops back here. There's more Americans on the battlefield right now than there are Japanese. And that is a huge change. Unless I've missed some Japanese troops back there. That's crazy. So I can only see 2 for now. There's at least 4 Americans down here with 2 Soviet Marines. And there's more Americans here on this right side. They might be able to pull this back. Oh, that hand grenade, though. That is just... You gotta be careful, dude. Holy crap. Oh, no. They cannot lose out to those hand grenades. They're being thrown so far. There goes 2. Nice job. Big explosion on this side. 2 Japanese soldiers still alive. Have we lost an American so far? I think so. I think there's been a... Otherwise, I think we'd see him somewhere here. He might have moved up too far. It's impossible to tell. He might have actually been shot dead here just minutes ago. Or seconds. SVT-40 spotted that Japanese soldier crawling back there. Nice shot! Right in the top spine. 1 Japanese soldier remaining on this side. In fact, he could have retreated this way. We don't know. We're just gonna have to find out later. 4 Americans, 1 Soviet on this side. 2 Soviets and another 3 Americans on this side. We should have more Brits further back here unless they've moved up. This could change so damn quickly right now. There goes another German troop. Oh. They fished him out with that grenade. Whoa, look at this hero move. Holy crap. An M1, a rifleman just came up, shot dead 2 Germans. He's being attacked, though, by the Italians on his flank. His friends are covering him further back, but he's shot dead. Wrong place to patch up in, dude. But, of course, if you're bleeding out, you gotta hold in F, man. You gotta fix yourself quickly. Russian soldier down to a Italian bersaglieri, but they are down to lower numbers now as well. How are we doing on this side? I hear that Type 100 SMG thing. That's nasty, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. So one of the only remaining Japanese soldiers now delivering a lot of damage to the Americans. He's reloading. Get him now. Get him. Oh, he's shot dead. What a terrible, terrible way to go. That M1 carbine just seems to be crap in a situation like this. So it looks like they've reduced the American numbers here on the side. They were 4, and 4 Americans and 2 Russians. And now, well, there's only 1 American here. We know that at least 2 Americans and 1 Russian have died, but I think the rest have actually moved over to this right side, because this is where more of the action is going on. So we have a few Americans down here in the passage. Oh, do you hear that? I think we just got the kill. Yes, this soldier just secured the kill. He secured this flank. The Japanese are all wiped out as far as we are concerned right now. There's a German soldier at distance engaging a British Sten gunner, and good job. Good victory for the Brits. This is the fucking greatest comeback of all time right now. Holy crap. We have Americans moving up the center. That's a Lee Enfield. I can tell a Lee Enfield from afar. Yes. We got an Italian bersaglieri retreating. We have another Italian trooper right here. Another rifleman. So we're looking at 2 riflemen so far for the Italians. Americans now gaining ground on top. But be careful about these Italian rifles. They know they're around the corner. This guy's focusing on a different flank. Oh. Okay, we got an American, a Soviet, and a Brit. And another American coming in there. 2 Brits. 2 Brits moving up on this side. 2 Americans on the right side, and 1 Russian moving down the center. That British soldier was hit. He's going to pull back. Soviet soldier dead to an Italian marksman back there. What a good shot. Oh, don't miss your shots. Oh, Italian rifleman still active. But he is probably the last soldier on the battlefield right now. Let's open up the minimap and let's just have a look at what we're looking at. We're looking at a... Holy crap. We're looking at a 4v1 right now. 1 Italian soldier. Let's clarify. Let's pause the game for a second. We got 1 Italian soldier, 4 Allied soldier. The 4 remaining Allied soldiers are the following. Glenn Cook, a sergeant with a Thompson submachine gun. He has got 2 kills under his belt. We have another sergeant, a Bradley Clark, with 6 kills under his belt. Good job. We have a Brit, a Corporal Alan Collins with a stun gun, and another corporal with a Lee Enfield. 0 kills for this rifleman here, and 1 kill for the submachine gunner. This Italian man, though, what's your name, buddy? You don't have a name. Okay, never mind. And don't mind this flag. This is just unit error, whatever. But 4 kills with a rifleman. So this guy's done a lot of damage, but Let's see if the Allied heroes can pull this back. This is like the greatest comeback I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like this quite. So that's fantastic. Okay, guys, let's unpause the game and let's see what happens. We have one British soldier coming in on the flank. Oh, he spotted him. He's firing in his back. Oh, no. Couldn't connect. And this guy's just he's just leaving. He's legging it. He's not really legging it, because if you're legging it, you're running. Legging it. Isn't that... That's a word I think I've used before, or that I've heard. We're legging it. We're, like, running, legging... Oh, whatever. It's probably some Scottish slang or something. Anyway. No, he's just gone. No? He's getting... Look, he's like, what can I do about this? He just needed some space to think over his life. You know, prepare his... Perhaps he stashed some letter to his family back there. Who knows? Whatever he did, he's gonna finish this. I wouldn't be sad if the Axis won, because it would be an epic clutch for this one Italian rifleman. It would be a good way for Italy to kind of like pay back for whatever they did or didn't do in World War II, I suppose. I think the Germans would appreciate it, but no, he's gone back. The Allies are disengaging. We have the Brits. He's just on his flank watch here on the right side. Cool. He's just holding that down. The Americans are moving back to their side to make sure there's no leftover Japanese. I love leftover Jap. No, it's not as good though. The rice gets a bit stale, but whatever. And down here we have no Russians alive. So the Soviets have been eliminated. The Germans have been eliminated. The Japanese have been eliminated. It's a Western Front standoff right now. What is that Italian? He's just like, look. He doesn't care. Oh, now he cares. What's he on? It's got to be some really strong Italian tobacco or something. Maybe some Italian crystal meth, or I don't know. You might actually win this. Holy crap, you are so lucky, Commando. Get yourself in a position. No, he's dead. He's dead. All right. Well, we got to do something about this. We got to come to a finish, right? So I'm gonna take. Listen, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna take not the Jap. But wait, there's one more Brit alive. We don't have to do anything yet. We can let him be there. Okay. So if nothing happens, I'm gonna have to send them all in for the center, and just we'll see how it goes. But we still have this Sten gunner, very aware of the fact that there's a alive Italian rifleman out there in the open. He lost his friend. He lost his friend. Was it Alan Cook? No? Who was it? It was an Alan, I think. I can't remember the names. But, sorry about that. That was a hiccup again. But, we're kind of more of a burp, but suppressed. Suppressing fire. Anyway, Sten gunner. What's your name? I don't know, but we'll know. Or you'll die and you'll be forgotten. I'm sorry. Oh, look. He's got... One of those bullets hitting his head, and it's game over. He's reloading. Now move for it. Aren't the Americans upset about the fact that there's a firefight going on over here? Okay, hold up. Let me just... Alright, we're gonna grab the Americans and just be like... You guys should move over there, and just for the fact that... Yeah. So we can actually come to a conclusion here. How is he still alive? There we go. I think it was the rifleman. Was it Alan? Isn't your name Alan Cook? Can I see? Sometimes. No, Bradley Clark with a 7th kill. This is Glenn Cook, and this is just Alan Collins. So I just made a hybrid of this Brit and this American submachine gunner. They're still submachine gunners, so it would make for a logical hybrid. But anyway, the Allies come out with 3 men on top. What an incredible feat. Let's go ahead and have a quick look at casualties. And by the way, what I did just minutes or seconds before the Americans arrived is when you select them, right, and send them somewhere, they act as a squad. So what you gotta do to make them independent and kind of like fight more properly, you gotta double-click K, which deselects the squad. Otherwise, they move together in combat, and it looks really weird, and it's really unadvantageous. Anyway, so, yeah. That's what the battlefield looks like, pretty similar to before, except now there's not so many. Yeah, there's a few allied casualties here closer to the spawn. Guess what? This eliminates the bonus video. We don't have to do that bonus video unless you're begging me for it. And I mean not like one comment. I mean like more comments than that. But you probably don't want it. You probably want me to spend time on something else. So I probably will. I might make another bonus video. I know exactly what kind of bonus video to do. I got to do that Modern Warfare Battle Royale again and see who comes out on top. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys soon again. Ciao.